Hello and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. Okay, today I'm really wanting to use up some of the scraps that we have around. I keep a jar. I keep one jar, sort of more Christmassy stuff, which to be fair I've put away. And then this one, can you see all the little bits that we cut off? I'm a great believer. I think if you saw my last video, you see my box of sort of bigger bits. Which I've got loads in, but this is using all the little bits and pieces sort of, and you know, because you know they're all handy, and I'm a great believer, even though my bin is still full of little bits and pieces that will go on the fire, but this is using some that are, you know, when you cut things off. So if you keep a jar, if you haven't got a jar or something to keep all your bits and pieces in, you know, and I mean, yeah. And it's funny when I then look through them, I think, oh, I can remember that card I made, etc. But anyway, that's that. So to make this video quicker, what I have done, just got a piece of sort of thin, this is thin card, very thin, almost paper practically. And what I've done is literally just sort of pulled a load of these out, colour coordinating them fairly. Now, if you want to, you could literally put them straight across. You can put them all, you know, at different angles. I've just literally used some of my, you know, glue on the back and then left it to dry overnight. So, yeah, so that's, and just to say as well, you know, the good old washi tape, you can do this same principle if you're now starting out and think, oh, I haven't even got scraps, let alone this washi tape, you know, you color coordinated, you can put, you know, this on, just tape it on in the same principle. So we're going to make possibly a few cards. So that's obviously what I'm in the process of doing. I shall finish that one later. This is how it then turned out, one I've done. So then if you've got some long bladed scissors, just literally, I'll concede that these bits probably will actually go in the bin. So just sort of take all the edges off. I mean, you can make them all fit and cut down and fit in little spaces. You can put them diagonally. I've sort of put them, I'll show you in a minute, across. Yeah. So some and some, you know, so, and what I'm going to sort of say with this, you'll be surprised when we start cutting some things out. So there's two lots already, and this is just, isn't it, scraps. Actually, I can feel by this, I've put this on a bit thicker card, but I sort of whatever you're happy with. So now I'm thinking, you'll probably realize already by my channel, I absolutely love hearts full stop. So what I'm now going to do is get this and I need all these. So that one, and that one. If I just put this so you can sort of see it in more or less the right place. Let's have a look. Doesn't matter which one I use, does it? So then putting that on there, okay. Then where are my hearts? This is how I tend to keep my dies together, because the stitch dies I think are lovely. I'm going to get these all out and see what we can do. I think right, face down. Let me just, right, let's just see where they're going to fit. Yeah. As you can see, you can use up all your little spaces, although that one's not going to be very colourful, but that doesn't matter necessarily, does it? So I mean, if you want, you can sort of have them on the side. It seems if it's losing a little bit of space there. Hang on, let's just put that one there, maybe. That one there. That one there. And we are nearly, oh, hang on. Let's just do a pretty little couple of little ones there. I always need to get out all my different dies I might have got. I've got lots of hearts, to be fair. So, right. Okay, just because there's a bit of space, let's just even put that little round one in there. You know, you can use any dies you want. I'm using these all, and what I'm going to do, to make sure, hang on, most of them are stitched, aren't they? Some of these aren't, but look how many you're now getting on here. Right, let's have a little look. Yeah, okay. So what I'm then going to do is pop. Oh, okay. Should have had that ready. The ready. Oh, I thought I'd got more of this stuff than I thought. Do you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to put another piece of paper on top of this just for a bit more impression, okay? All right, I often would use a bit of packaging on that. Put the top plate on. Now, fingers crossed. Hopefully it'll be a nice lot of pressure. Oh, it's a lot of pressure, actually. Oh, it's like a mini workout. Oh, I'll just move this back a minute. Often I would wind that back, but I just think I'm gonna, fingers crossed, this is all at the ready. So now let's just take that off. Actually, can you see, this is just another tip when I'm doing this, what I'm doing, how you can, if you want to, use your dies to more than just cutting out. If you want to make just a nice embossed shape of anything, remember you can put your dies in such a way, and that will give you that effect too. I'll keep that as a piece of scrappy. Right, so now these should all, hang on, let's just move this out of the way. See how you often, whether they've just caught just a little bit in places, but probably I would have, if I've now been doing this, you know, just sitting here in my craft room, whoops, I would have probably wound that back on itself. I tend to do that more times than not, actually. So okay, right, I think they're all out. And if you really wanted to be frugal, you could cut other little things out of these bits that are left over. Oh, that one little sneaky one that nearly didn't get used. So here we have. Okay, then you sort of see what you've got. Let's put them one to one side. Quite a selection. Let's put that where that needs to go. I now tried to pull out some of that packaging. I've got it all over my floor now, but anyway. So just for quickness, let's just pop these back out of the way. I do, it's another little tip, when I use something, I sort of tend to count them back in, because, you know, when you're sort of putting little bits and pieces in your rubbish bin, you could accidentally lose one in the bin. Not so much the bigger ones probably, but you know, these smaller ones. I use these stitched ones quite a bit. I think they are quite lovely. All right, there we go. I think they're all there. I don't know how many I should have actually, but that fit. It's like a little jigsaw, isn't it? So this one's there. This one I think was in there. There's some odd ones that I've got. I think that one went in there. So I think that one might have been in that set. So there we go. Now, for time purposes, I could have then made a point of sort of cutting out some circles, or I was going to do this. We'll see how the time goes. But what I'm now going to do is put them out of the way. So now, put that out of the way. Here we have got, whoops, little heart nearly got put in the bin. This many hearts, and don't you think they're really quite beautiful? So yeah, you know, and this is just literally using up your scraps. So you know, now just think about it on your cards. Let's just get some cards out. These cards I quite like. They're the pearlized cards, pearl scent. I sometimes pronounce that wrong. Not a huge card, so let's have a little look. What I would then do, which I haven't now cut out, I would then cut out a small sort of that'll fit in there in some white paper card, because although this is gorgeous card, I think it needs something else in there. Obviously they come with the envelopes, so too big. So you could do a couple of hearts, yeah. I think that one's gorgeous colouring. Yeah, you could literally just do something like that on your card. And if we were using a slightly bigger card, oh, hang on, let's just grab one of my regulars. Now, actually, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think that looks stunning on there. I don't think it needs much else at all. So can you see how you could now potentially, it's a case of see what goes together. I mean, that looks quite lovely with the beiges on there. Like I say, you can have just that on its own. Yeah. So let me just have a little look. Trying to think what else cards I've got around here at this present moment in time, just to show you. Here's another one here. I mean, these three together actually look quite beautifully. Yeah. If you wanted to, you know, if you then can you sort of see, it's just the arrangement sometimes, isn't it? But can you see how a few scrappy bits of paper or card that you've got left over can just make this stunning, can't it? Sorry, you probably hear my husband coughing in the background. Right, I reckon that one, those two are the same, so maybe, I don't know, do you like threes together? You could put like that, that one just with a little bit of colour there, maybe. Now, I'm not going to stick these now, purely because that'll all take time, so I wanted this be quite a quick card. But where I just now want to take you to now, obviously I would then stick them down. You just, you know, use your cards, muck about with them, see what looks right. Obviously I've put all the scrappy card going across. Obviously if you put it diagonally it'll cut out differently. I've used hearts here, but can you sort of see how it's using up and making it quite beautiful? Now here I have again, I'm trying to sort of use up some of my scrappy bits and pieces. This was some, I don't know, I'm probably not going to be able to show you now. That's an old card. The actual card itself behind was lovely. So this particular die, which I've now just mislaid, no I haven't, it's quite a nice one. I don't know where I got it from. So it cuts out, you know, that's you know, your baseline. So use up some of your scrappy cards. This is scrappy cards challenge and using up. And then this is the happy birthday. But where I've got lots of different ones, and I just keep them in a box. So I try and keep them sort of sometimes in like a little bag in there, because, you know, if you root through them too much, you can end up making them dog-eared, can't you? My tags, although they're a little bit messy, I need to sort them out. I keep all my dies in like tag labels, so I know if I go in here, it's probably a lot of my tags are in there, all different shapes. So what I do sometimes is just sit and use up with some scrappy bits of card, paper, etc. So let's have a little look. Like I say, I haven't stuck these down. I'd be tempted with this one, maybe to put a tag like that, or hang it on there, put a little bit of ribbon, maybe. Yeah, so on there. So let's have a little look. Or if it's a birthday card, there we go. Yeah, so let's just say that's a happy birthday. So that's that one done. Haven't stuck it down now, but I'm just going to leave them so you can see. Here we are. You could have something like that. Let love bloom. couple of hearts, yeah, because this is a beige. Okay, I've not put anything in the background, but because of the colours on there, you don't necessarily need, do you? So this, you know, this heart's here. I could have, hang on, what else we got in hearts? There's another sort of big one there. We could literally pop a big heart there, smaller heart, maybe, you know, a few hearts on there, and something like hugs and kisses attached to there. Let's just find something else for this one. You're the best. So this is a way of literally using up some of the stuff I've got. Like I said, it's going to be quite a quick one today, so I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Cheers.